The boat
very pretty.
comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. Then there's silence. In the silence, a sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes off in the distance. There is very little wind here today. The ghost is standing still. You look at your arms, then the cliffs above you. Let's go.
What does that mean? Okay. Well, we've made our way to the island. I wonder if he never left, whoever the shooter was. Makeshift bridge, the bombs were powered enough to break the foundation. Ooh. Trails off in the ocean.
The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot.
This leads to the depot in Land's End.
Ah, yes. So it seems.
What do you think it was used for?
For bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies?
The goddamn
You could
door
also
that
lock
destroyed
the way
me.
when you raise the chain.
Lock it from whom?
From enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol. This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification, I believe.
I see. Interesting. So which way do we want to go first? The stairs feel anxious. Soldiers' feet ran up them long ago. Oh, there's a lingering trace of mazout in the air. Attention, inflammable. Some fuel has leaked out of the barrel. Black, viscous. Yeah, I can see that. It's no good. Oh god, we have multiple thought. Warm air from the inside of the building. It's warmer there than out here.
The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. Far away, birds' wings touch the still surface of the sea.
What does that flutter?
The flock of quail departs. Now more than 100 meters away. 102. 105.
Underneath the flutter.
On the islet, there is almost no wind. Just the light movement of air through the reeds. Bulrushes swaying on the waterline. Long dried leaves chafing against each other. The great ghost of the air is holding its breath.
To the west.
A silent hiss. Sea air moving through the needles of a pine tree.
To the east.
The faraway roar of the city, distant like today's dream. Before it, the sound of sand. The low tide filtered through its grains. A bird tending to its feathers.
Ahead.
A low hum. The air slowly moves through a concrete box, through its ancient slits and cracks, resonating, hollow. A big building.
Beyond that, further north.
Air flows out of a pillbox window. There is very little there. The air cossets flowers on a meadow. Absolute silence.
Absolute
Reeds
silence.
motionless. Bulrushes motionless.
Below the silence.
Called a mama duck.
Oh my god, 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 is it here? Is it here? Kim.
Yes?
Kim.
This is where
Kim.
a lesser man would stop to think about the pain.
No, fuck it.
Shooting up his right leg
Stupid.
and into
Cares
his groin.
who gives a shit about
Not
pain?
you. You're concentrated on how.
Have you noticed how quiet it is?
I have. Is that why we're stopping?
I have to listen to one more
The
thing.
lieutenant nods in silence.
Is the call to Mamadakwa here? Is the call to Mamadakwa here? Is it true? Oh my god. Bear says, I see him. You see a little star with specks in it. No way to get up there. The stairs are gone. I'm afraid of going anywhere. I want to look at everything. I don't want to miss anything. What about down here first? There's another way. Is there anything down here I can look at? Yes. Tires are falling apart. They're at least 50 years old. Interesting. Let's go back up here. I guess I go through here. Can I just go straight this way? No, I think I have to go through this section. Whoa. It's very old. There was once an armament rest. Careful, these stairs have collapsed. Books mostly fantastique and historical fiction. Dishes stained with sauce and fire. Survivor's kitchen. Ooh, okay, there's more. Great, I got the shirt as well. Thank goodness. What is this? What is this going to?
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the aerolift, with makeshift electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall.
I noticed that. Where are they going to?
Puts his hand on the metal barrel, checking for warmth.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
What kind of generator is
Liquid
this?
carbon. I would imagine it takes mazout.
Points to the open fuel cap on the side of the dynamo.
The kind that's favored by vagrants and fuel thieves. It's been a long winter, long and cold.
If anyone stayed here, they'd need the generator.
Where do those wires lead?
Downstairs, somewhere?
Tap on the
The
side.
hollow ring. The canister is empty.
Okay.
Dust falls from the generator and down into
What
the
does this mean, a
lift.
generator here?
I don't know. I'm not a philosopher.
I meant, why is it here?
Someone who has basic electrical skills has restored it in order to keep the room warm. Maybe it's the fire guy.
The wind outside picks up suddenly with a faint howl. Inside, it's warm.
Pour fuel into
The
the
lieutenant
tank.
assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a chemical smell. There's a red starter switch.
I don't know if
inside
it's good
the
that I'm
cylinder
doing this,
and
but
the
whatever.
starter on the other side. The lieutenant flicks the switch.
I'll pull the
The
rope.
recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
Okay. Is that something that I should do? Is that a good thing? A bad? I don't know.
Books and
cleaning out
magazines
the rooms.
lie scattered on the floor and on a makeshift cupboard. They are not particularly well organized.
Yeah, we'll sift through them.
Most are soft covers, serialized fantastique and detective stories from the 20s and 30s. This disparate digest includes the classic animal adventures, among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories.
Oh,
You
yeah,
find
there's
a
the
magazine
electrical engineering.
Cathodique for electrical engineering.
Some light
Then it's
erotica.
back to pulp. Light erotica, an international thriller about circuit benders.
Someone's made themselves a home.
All things communist.
Not that you
Nope.
can tell.
Seems not. Seems
This
fun
is
to
a
me.
digest of someone who's dead bored. Most of it is for entertainment
Nothing.
purposes.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Fitting right next to the radiola on the floor. Maybe it's a little old-fashioned. There's a nude mag. More than that.
Yeah, I never
can't
did any
say.
conceptualization. Sorry.
Cleaning out the rooms.
What does this do?
What if you didn't lose your memory? What if something in Martinez came and stored it all away for you to slowly open one box at a time?
So you can choose,
So you can
which parts
choose
to
which
keep.
parts to keep.
It's kind of what you've been
Keep
doing this whole
almost none of
game.
it. Only the flowers on the windowsill. Only the distant sound of a radio. Lose all the actors, the dark shadows. Leave only the still lifes. The blissful distant wash of waves. If everybody knew, you never did. She'll be coming soon.
She'll be coming
That is
soon. I don't like the sound of that. +1 suggestion, +1 Inland Empire, +1 rhetoric. That's nice. Nice. Oh my god, I'm so amazing. Got a 10, 11. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Amazing. What is the... Okay, that just showed up on the map. Gotcha. Did something show up in my inventory, or was it just this shirt? I think it was just the shirt. Oh, I see. If you click on them, it'll go away. That's useful. I should have done that. Postcard, doesn't matter. That. Click on all of that just to get it out of the way. Okay. What is this? Moth-bitten bedsheet keeps the wind out. You see candles planted on a broken rangefinder.
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft cover
Lots of books.
White linen and a pillow
Who
are
was
visible
this?
under a worn-out caracal blanket.
I have to assume we're looking at the environment of the person who shot Lely.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh.
Recently
washed.
Do you think whoever slept here
You
is...
force the rest of the sentence out through pain, thick as molasses. No longer able to hear
It's
yourself
gonna catch up
speak.
to us, isn't it?
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired.
Oh.
I will keep watch. You
Interesting.
could use some rest for what's ahead.
I guess. It seems interesting. I guess.
You face the concrete wall. There's less light there, in the dark corner. Like a dog, you lie there.
Dog, you lie
You
there.
didn't realize how tired you were. Your body is
After
still
what we
numb
did
from
earlier,
the
I'm
heat.
sure. Curl up with your knees close to your chest.
The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour maybe. The sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Your eyelids close until you feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's evening.
It's evening.
Sleep.
Interesting. Are we... Where's Kim? Lieutenant is no longer here. Go outside to the beach. Are we awake or dreaming? The door's still here closed. Feels strange somehow. You can't get in. I don't like it. I don't like it. What wasn't it? God, wasn't it this way? Cannot. Oh, it's so dark. I can't. That's not the way. Oh, can I go through there now? I see. Let's go this way. And then down through here. Yeah. I'm concerned. I'm a little concerned. Mostly because I can't quite tell whether I'm dreaming or not. Go down to the chain. There's something there. The chain back this way? I thought it was this way. Is there another chain somewhere over here? Oh, we're so far. I can't see. It's so dark. I wish I had my flashlight. I don't know if we're in a place where flashlights are allowed, though. Can I not go down here? Where do you want me to fucking go, man? Not that way. Was there something up here? Did I miss something? Oh, over here, I see. There's a chain. Found it. Walk into the water now. What do you fucking mean, walk into the water? Oh, you see her footprints on the water. Okay, well, my question's been answered. Further. Hi.
Dolores Day.
Oh.
The innocence of
Oh.
humanism,
I see.
internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face you. She has an airship airbag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry. Okay, don't say you need to talk right away.
Melt the ice.
Melt the ice first. This way you're already talking. But you don't even want to talk to her.
She would only be
She would
cold
only be
and
cold.
mean.
Let her go.
I don't think you're Dolores Day. Go.
Is
Goodbye.
what you want to say.
God damn it.
But you don't. Hammers clang in the distance. Children laugh.
I want to go.
Where? There's water all around. She turns her face, and it's illuminated by the sign of the video rental. Red and cyan. I can't help you. I'm totally useless. Everything I've said is lies.
No.
I want the exact same bad thing
No.
you want.
No,
To stand
Volition,
here
no.
Like a pillar of salt, saying,
Where are you going?
I'm going to Morova. To live there, in Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime.
What's in the bag?
Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents,
Crown of
the
Immortality.
crown of immortality.
Aren't you already wearing one?
Oh, this.
She corrects the wreath on her forehead.
This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say. Then, over her shoulder,
What else is there to say?
silence. Her nuptial gown flows in the wind, wraps around her holy body.
Anyway,
Your skin is holy and soft.
no, Harry. It's just regular skin. I'm not as beautiful as you always thought I was. Let's not get into.
I'm sorry I said
It's
that.
okay.
There's no effort into making it sound if it's actually okay. Something is
I'm
off.
sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to.
She stops mid-sentence, glances to her right, then looks at her
She
bag.
means she doesn't have time to tend to your emotions.
You don't have time to tend to my emotions?
She sighs and looks over her shoulder. What are you doing? Stop saying
don't-
things like that.
We need to talk. We need to have one more massive epic showdown.
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really, we don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out.
Yeah.
The
So she's
actions
gone,
don't
man.
form
She's
us
gone.
anymore. Us. Our love. Our unborn daughters. It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell.
No.
Forever.
I'm not
That's just-
Oh,
alone.
God. Whatever you do, don't try to
Oh,
kiss her.
god damn
Not after
no.
that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over
No.
if you try.
I get the feeling you're not really Dolores
I
Day.
don't know what you mean. Dolores Day.
You're the X something.
Wasn't I Dolores Day just a second ago? Now I'm the X thing? You're confusing me.
Yeah.
Look, I have to be at the Lausanne Aerodrome at 10:20 p.m. I still have a light rail to catch. I haven't even bought the tickets yet.
We all told you. Everyone warned you.
Who, everyone?
Everyone.
Shut up!
Literally all
Shut up! Should have gone even deeper to a place where I never met you because it's impossible to meet people in the abyss of the void. I'm glad. Am I, though?
I'm glad too.
I
But
guess.
I have to go. My friends are waiting for me on the platform. I can't let them wait.
You gotta move on,
It's
man.
What?
You know what it's implied consigning a lieutenant detective to eternal call your friends. No, there's
She
nothing else to
does not
say.
look back. Instead,
There's nothing else to
eyes
say.
Her fingernails. They're bitten, frayed. The evening wind blows in. The gown wraps around her like a white flag. 1,000 times you beat an animal. 1,000 times you've raised that fabric. What is underneath has always calmed you, centered you.
On
made
second
you
thought, you're
safe.
Dolores Day, Queen Regnant of the territories of Mundi and Insolent, and nothing else.
Yes, Harry. I am. Things have gotten much better for me. Now that I am the ruler of the known world.
Yeah.
Oh God,
you
it's
got
already
You should
so
get
late.
going.
I have to go, Harry.
A tiny golden watch with red straps around her bony little wrists.
No, she needs to go. There's nothing good. There's nothing good. There's nothing good.
It's not. But...
that's it?
That's it, yes. We've talked about it a million times. You will get over it.
You will. Move
Just
on.
like
Time.
I
It
did.
heals all wounds.
People do. Things will get good for you again.
Remember who you are. That's not the way to say it. I reached the end of the investigation.
See? It just takes some time. For you, I think it'll take something like 20 years, maybe. It was hard for me, too. I used to think I couldn't live without you.
She looks you straight in the eye. Her irises are light blue flecked with green.
But I can.
She keeps her shoulders squared and her back straight. But
can't
it's
laugh
clear
at me.
you're still making her sad.
Doesn't have to be like this. Maybe we could try again. Okay, then. I still have other things I need to know. No. There's a lot of time.
Yes. It only took me 1 year, maybe 2. Phew.
I'm sorry I made you sad.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
What other things?
I don't want to do it, but I know they're gonna make me. Don't go.
No, don't say it.
Don't.
Don't beg. It will only
I have
make
other
her
questions.
go.
Go, please,
Yes,
God, just
somewhere hidden
go.
among the options popping up in your
No,
nervous system
I know
is
that's what
a
you're doing to me.
that will make her love you again. Not going to be her job at all.
You're not even human.
I am actually very ordinary, Harry. Below this gown and wreath, I have an ordinary soul and ordinary
Bastards,
thoughts.
bastards, bastards.
The only thing inhuman about me is this. This thing you've made me into. I'm sorry for saying so, but I just hate it. What is this? This is so far gone, Harry. I don't even... Other questions are the
I
last
guess.
thing
I don't
need
know,
right
I
now.
don't know, I don't know.
Hush. Can you hear?
Please, God, let it
I think
be.
that's the 42.
You need to wake
It's
up.
not-
Man, no.
it's not that
no.
It's another.
No.
You have plenty of time to win her over.
No, I don't. She needs to
Nothing.
go.
I have to go.
Please go.
I'm gonna
You
go.
gotta go.
I was wrong.
You gotta go.
You don't have power over her anymore. You shouldn't have said that. I am wrong about everything.
Oh, that was completely
You should go
different.
on without me.
Sit down and have coffee first. Hold on. Wizard Doom over, but I swore I wouldn't let you go.
No, you don't. You're just being a martyr. And I'm really going now.
Please go.
The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight.
I know. Will we ever see each other
I
again?
won't see you, but you will see me.
How can that be?
Oh, Harry. This is a dream.
I know.
Can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? A year? 2? 5 years ago?
Will I see you again then?
Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week.
Ugh.
At least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful. And young. And I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum. Like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness. After leaving you the first time.
But this is intolerably
ago.
bad.
Oh yes. This is real darkness.
It's fucking horrible.
It's not death, or war, or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death
First
is
death
in the
is
heart,
in the
Harry.
heart.
See you tomorrow.
No, I don't want to see you tomorrow. God damn it. What a bleak thing to fucking say. Wake up. Please. I did not have a good sleep, Lieutenant. I did not have a good sleep.
You're up quick. How was your sleep?
It was annihilation. It's got the entire island centimeter. That's the next step in the test chain. Let's solve the fucking case.
Are you sure you're okay? You thrashed around and you bolted up, half covered in blood from your wound. Okay.
He's still worried. You must have really threshed and squealed in your sleep.
I can imagine. I can imagine. Anything I want to get? Oh, well, it feels wrong to have Inland Empire not be the highest up level that I have, so we gotta fix that. That being 10 and another thing 11 felt wrong. Great blast door must weigh over 10 tons. Rust peels off of it.
You see a small metal door nested inside a larger one. A heavy steel blast door. There is a conventional keyhole above the handle. It's very small.
It's on the other side.
Another part of the island, probably. The lock looks like it could still be usable.
How do we open it?
Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open.
One of those doors, those fucking horrible doors that haunt me.
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling. It must control the blast door.
Do you see any controls anywhere?
I think there's a console just southeast. Let's look around. Getting the blast door open seems like the best plan.
Okay. Let's see what we have here. Oh, so we got a way out there. Is there anything I can touch here? The hatch is jammed shut. Okay. What's this way? A firing slit you can't see inside. Must have been a direct hit to take out such a huge chunk. Yeah, I'd say so. Is there anything down here? Distant sound of cargo ships. Signal horns echo on the water. Oh. Are ships going? It's good if so. Is there anything down here where this chain was? Just wondering. You know, in a dream, you see.
A strange feeling.
You should just wander off. No!
Maybe you should just wander off into the sea. Leave it all and walk in.
No.
With a bottle in your hand.
No. Here's your side.
In the still mirror of the bay, you see Martinez reflected. Tall edifices of ruins reach into the water, like shimmering towers. And the shacks too. Pine trees and motor lorries, upside down. Islets and posts, like stepping stones, lead into the water in front of you. Go. Step in.
No.
It's been too long.
Shake my head. Stupid thoughts. Stupid, dumb thoughts. Winch is broken, the rest is eaten what remains of the chain. Okay. So can we go out the door back this way? This is a good track too. I like this one. Don't know what it is. I'll have to go through the soundtrack at some point. A lot of rushes below, far down below. Interesting. Oh, that was the door up there. Oh, hang on. Money. Oh my God, is that if things were bad? 9+, look at that, it's beautiful. So can I... Where should I be going then? The inside of the fortress, you make out the console and the blast door. So that's where I came out. I can't go up here. It looks like I just need to go over there. Was there a way to go up? Careful not to fall. The cliff face looks steep. Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so. So if I go through the door down there and up, is that the way? Follow the cables, essentially. Oh, hang on. Right here. Oh. Hang on. I see a small something. Oh, even more. Good. I might need that. Things might get real bad. We're about to hit the end game.
Green paint flecks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even keyboard.
Run my fingers across it. What does it tell me?
This keyboard hasn't been functional in decades.
What is this then?
The console of an anti-computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out.
Could this open the blast door?
I think, yes. Let's see.
Light interior.
That one. The emergency open.
What about these ones first?
The dial slides under the glass,
Dark
and silent. Restoring electric power has not breathed life.
Can I turn the light on?
The lighting in the room turns on with a sizzle, a dim ambient orange.
Does that show me anything, perhaps? Before I go anywhere? Just make an absolute sure. Before I do anything. Store there. I assume that this would not open this. This is an unopenable door. Oh, Kraz, I didn't even see you there. Didn't even notice you. What is this? An army surplus winter scarf. I will take all the clothing, I guess. I've got a whole wardrobe on me. Okay. I don't think it showed me anything, so let's just turn this on.
Golden glow animates.
It's on.
Yep.
Turn emergency open.
Automatic boot. The blast door
yep, there it is.
With a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
Do if the person we see here is no good, I hope that we get him real easy, because I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I already got shot once. I don't want to get shot again. Please no. Please God no.
A sudden wave of anxiety makes your skin crawl. No, it's more than that. There's something there, waiting.
After you.
What's there?
I don't know.
A thin wisp of smoke rises from a charred black fire pit. The wind picks up, then dies down again.
I'm scared.
Don't be. I have a gun.
Checks the barrel and holsters it. I also have a gun.
I know. It was not easy to acquire.
Should I be getting that out? Is that what you're telling me? To fucking stay strapped? Is that what you're saying? I guess. Quick save. Before we go through here. Where is this going to? Looks like it's just going outside again. Walk slow, it might be dangerous. Oh, okay. Don't radio me again. Oh, I hear the radio. No, not again. Not again. I fucking hear it. I hear it. Not again. Please, not again. Oh, no, maybe it's fine. I thought I heard the radio signal again. What is this? Small white flower blossoms all around you. A rubber dinghy. It's deflated, broken. Oh. Hey. How you doing?
An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours, unclouded by cataracts.
His eyesight is
sharp. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything.
You the fire guy?
You what now? I can't hear you.
Did you recently tell 2 kids to put out their fire?
I may have. All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position.
The position? Sounds like a hiding.
That's what he said.
Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
You've retained your eyesight.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
A shudder of disgust passes his right side. His left side remains motionless.
Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it.
How did you know I was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
It wasn't rock and roll, it was Sad FM.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary dirges. Sadness is a mental illness. A weapon of the bourgeoisie. The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. Hip-gyrating, mental illness music.
You do need to put the gun down.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle.
Wait down
I can
before an
only
enemy
lay it
commander
down
of
before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
Just do it. Just fucking do it. Yes, okay.
I am an enemy commander. Stand cold as iron from your lungs. The old man still hugs his gun.
And what rank would that be?
Lieutenant W. Freitor.
A big wheel of the 4th Regiment of the Pederast Army. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway.
Oh, god damn it. Of
It's
course
out
it
of
is. Of
bullets.
course it fucking is. Stares at it just lying there.
Like an amputated limb in the sand.
I'll pick
His
it up.
gaze follows your motions.
I don't trust him.
Feels
It probably is empty, but I don't
surprisingly
trust.
light in your hand. Frame stocked and patched in places
With tape and wire. I'll inspect it
The
closer.
rifle's in a shabby state.
Is this the
crutch
murder weapon?
that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangon, 4.46mm, made in Signal.
This is Dragon, made in Shenyang.
Born. Personalized even. Looks like this weapon has seen a lot
It
of
has,
use,
it
hasn't
has.
sir?
No response from the old man. The plastic cape around his shoulders rustles in a small bout of wind.
Let's use his jacketed ammunition,
Jacketed.
446.
Military-grade ammunition. Stable in flight. Good for hitting something
Indeed.
that's very far away.
Indeed.
As he speaks, he stresses every word.
I will stow the gun. It is certainly
The
evidence.
old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession in time.
Who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross. Political Commissar of the 114th
You are an old
Anti-Aircraft
fuck, aren't ya?
Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol.
Communism killed him, but love did him
I
in.
am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
His eyes turn to the reeds again, dead and dull.
The Commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? Your
Yeah.
holdover from the...
From the Insulindian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in 07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in 08. I left my unit on the
How long
eve
have
of
you
the
been on this
landing.
island?
When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had
Have you
fallen.
been here the whole time?
Still armed
No,
and
couldn't be.
ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
How long have you been here?
43
Shit.
years. No. I've been on other islands too. I was an resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E42, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here,
It was 22
was-
years ago.
22
What is this
years
place,
ago.
this island?
It's not an island, what?
Yeah,
It's
I
a
get
defensive
that.
fortification of the commune of Revachol.
Well, what was it used for?
And I am its
Why are you
last
still here?
surviving defender. The congenitally deformed King Philip
Congenitally
II
deformed.
built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. Against the whole world. Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow.
Deathblow.
You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
Coalition military.
Iblis.
Iblis.
The Black-Eyed Angel.
The Black-Eyed Angel. So you've really been here for that long.
43 years and 10 months.
Is that the length? Oh yeah, wasn't that the length? We found out how old we were actually. 44, yeah. It's the length of my entire life.
It's too long. It's not how a human being should live. I couldn't just forget what I saw.
He just couldn't.
He couldn't give up.
He nods. But he can now.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Finding, fishing, waiting.
Looks across the water.
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, people walk home. Street lights will soon be lit. Further inland, the streets are alive with workers, men, women, children, street hawks and migrant laborers. The temperature is steady. Alto cumulus clouds form above Precinct 41. Two police officers step out of the Whirling in Rags cafeteria.
Ah, they get back here?
Satellite officer Jean-Vic Mayer inspects a series of burnt black
letters
splashed
yeah,
across the plaza.
I've been here. I've been here.
Patrol officer Judith Minot points west. The fishing village.
Minutes.
She glances at her
It's a
watch.
10-minute walk.
We meet in 15 minutes. It's a 10-minute walk. The officers go, leaving behind the writing, still smoldering. One day,
I
it
will
says,
return to your
I
side.
will return to your side.
Always waiting.
The old man turns his eyes from the shore and back to you. For what?
For her to return.
Her who?
Girl, child, revolution. Always.
Nothing in history is guaranteed, but revolution is still a possibility.
No. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try.
How have you
Whatever
survived all
I
this
do.
time? Just fishing and shit?
How does anyone survive? I steal.
Now hold on there.
It's a choice. You could become self-employed, create the system.
You're insane and grotesque. Everyone steals. Vegetables, supplies. It's the life of a dog.
Coughs once more and puts his hand on his belly.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
Probably not great.
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
The RCM can provide medical services.
I don't think
You
that
need to be
that's...
looked over.
No, it's
I need
not.
to die. You don't have medical
You have
facilities.
guns, toy
You have guns.
It's a
That's all they
series.
give you. Toy guns.
Have you coped?
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of
His eyes roll into his skull and
I
back.
don't even know what. Inferno?
You notice the lieutenant's about to say
I
something.
would imagine it gets tremendously difficult, mentally, to live in isolation.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the people of this city turn the lights back on. More and more each year. Ruins. Glimmering in the dark.
People move
Like a
on.
fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
Looks down at his shoes, his face parched from the sun and the wind. There's a wince of pain in there somewhere.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
That's what you do. Said you deserted your unit.
I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too.
Lapse of faith.
You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism. A second is all it took.
For what?
For reaction to take hold.
What was reaction?
Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men.
When was this exactly?
May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky, and it looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic.
Dark magic.
The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower.
Gestures towards
Huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
A terrible shame still within him. The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame and smallness of what he became.
You didn't go to the map room?
No. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers there, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse, frightened at the ordnance all night, and the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring.
What was that?
The airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged.
Was that the bunker that we were trying to get into that whole time?
The fortress was half submerged too.
The door that could not be opened. The one that, if we had been able to get into there, we probably would have known all about him.
They'd all drowned in the lower levels, or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was real. I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality.
Some kind of great terror. Worse than you've ever seen.
Seen what?
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second. To do the deed. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know.
What?
That the bourgeois are not human.
I'll let him finish.
I had to. I had to fight it. I had to never stop.
The old man falls silent. His black eyes keep piercing your skin as he looks to some great distance behind you, shaking his head, slowly retreating from it. You said this is your termless surrender.
You're with the RCM. The coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. A so-called Lieutenant W. Freighter.
Keep the animals from killing each other. I know what it looks like, but I have secret plans to turn the RCM. Okay, let's not say that. I mean, we try to help people.
You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International.
Yeah,
the
still trying to help people, though.
Humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, Le Parti Communiste d'Anselon. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
His hand shakes and he breaks into a coughing fit.
A spray of blood from his mouth. on the black charcoal in the fire pit.
How have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the Thames. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Cold City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course.
Boogie
Those
Street.
fucking kips had Marsov coursing through their veins. And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to
They
contact
all
them.
went silent.
Soon they all went silent. The frequency's dead.
How'd you get between here and the mainland?
At night. I used a dinghy.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker.
Oh yeah.
Not anymore.
Weapons cache.
No one cares now. I don't even have to hide.
There's also that bunker there.
They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted.
You could just walk there too.
So you finally found it.
Yep.
There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Elmer Graves, right?
They were.
Useless now.
Yep.
Rusted away.
So you've been
Dead.
there.
Sleeping. Some nights, ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
There's a small bunker under the Feld building. Have you stayed
The
there?
propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Propaganda bunker?
Interesting.
They
So
stored
it was where they
leaflets
made
there.
propaganda.
Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys.
Killed themselves.
A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them.
Stairs to the ruins.
No
of the
need
Feld
to go
building.
underground anymore. It's better in the ruins. On the ground.
Why didn't you just walk there?
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
He does not want to see life moving on. People forgetting, drinking, laughing.
Tell me another thing.
The old man looks across the water.
We
the
can
city,
skip
the
that.
ruins,
I've got
the
it.
motorways rising above it.
I have another serious question for you.
There's nothing serious in
Body
this world.
language.
It's a farce.
What have you been using this gun for?
I've used it for killing people.
Here we go. A trail of blood. The lieutenant smells it too.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting. During or after the war?
Yeah, both.
There is no after the war. Class war is
No war
never
but class
over.
war.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended. Okay.
I mean, if you can't put it
Going
together.
straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No. Be careful now.
No, it's
Slow
fine.
and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
I know you want to tell me. Have you killed anyone with that gun in the last week or two? So which one do I say then?
I don't want to tell you anything, you grotesque
Yeah, but you want to admit it.
murderer.
And why did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to me. I'm
What are
wrong
you...
all
What
the
are you
time.
fucking things doing to me now? Are you not my goddamn friends?
The who now?
Cleans in and cups his
He heard
ear.
He just wants to hear you say it. You're
Corpse
in.
in ceramic armor to shoot him. The fascist death squad who took a bullet in the mouth on the night of March 4th. His name was Lily. He was part of a security detail. Beautiful, strong man. Yeah.
Oh, yes. That one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
He takes a sudden step toward
I
him.
am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
A drop of blood in the saliva. Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him.
I don't know if I can fucking trust you people now.
The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember.
You're a communist. I talked to the dead man and he told me communism killed him.
Stupid twat.
The lieutenant looks at you
It's,
with worry.
I mean, it's
in his
true.
eyes.
It is in fact true.
Not this, he seems to say. Anything.
What do you
but
mean?
this.
Have a seance with his soul. Had he spoken, he would have said communism killed him.
Intuition is an aberrant psychologism. It reeks of crypto-fascism. The parasite class use intuition to justify their rank in life. It's all just palmistry and magic, Earl creatures. Your brain is rotting.
Shut
from
the fuck
radio
up.
waves.
He does not answer the provocation.
Doesn't look like he
It
thinks this
does not
approach
look like he
worked.
thinks this approach worked. Yeah, this just did nothing. But still, somehow you knew it was a communist.
How?
Perhaps you suspected it before you took the case.
But this did nothing.
Was it supposed to?
I will look deeper then.
The inland sea is dark, vast, and on the surface, meaningless.
Turn back.
Standing there, slack-jawed,
Okay.
brain
What
festering.
am I forgetting?
Wait,
Oh,
here
God.
it comes. The goddamn Maybells.
The
dried
Maybells?
Maybells on Clausia's roof.
What does that have to do with
There
anything?
were Maybells in the grass when you got here. And
Maybells on
Maybells on
Clausia's
Clausia's
balcony?
balcony.
What?
And nowhere else. Nowhere in all of Martinez have you
don't-
seen them.
I don't think that's
Wait,
connected.
don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Clausia's roof. Now, they're gonna come up.
Thank you, Head. Thank
You
you.
got it. Remember, the boot prints were like no modern soul. Maybe don't beat yourself anymore.
Yeah, let's not keep doing
You're
that.
not immortal. Nothing else comes up. You see the lieutenant watch you try to stimulate thought processes by hitting
Listen, Kim,
yourself.
whatever works.
I'm sorry, this didn't do anything. Usually hurting yourself does.
Officer, a word?
Excuse us for a moment.
I think we may have this.
The lieutenant whispers, then gives the suspect a short glance. Do you think he did it?
From nothing to this in a day.
I mean, yeah.
This is good, Lieutenant Gefreiter. We just need a confession first, and then maybe a solid motive
Trying to get
later.
him to confess. What am I missing? What haven't I done?
Ballistics. Let him cook here for a minute or two. We can have another look around the island for a sniper's nest.
Really?
I think we should check out the post.
It doesn't have to hold in court. Just establish
Establish
a line
line
of
of
sight
sight
and
and he'll
he'll
do the
do the rest
rest.
himself.
Trying to get him to confess.
Yes, good going. That should be our first priority.
How do you think the questioning is
Good.
going?
We are doing very good.
Is it? Okay.
He wants to confess, I can see that. We just need to pile it on a little more. The more we have on him, the closer he is.
Slapping myself to get ideas.
I can see that, yes. I'm not judging.
Okay.
Remember, he wants to tell us, but he doesn't want
To
to help
help
us.
us.
It needs to look like we already have everything.
There is palpable excitement in his tone.
We're there.
He
We're
likes it
there.
for this. A lot. But there's something more, too.
Something more. Extract a confession. Need at least 3 examples of proof to show that you have him anyway. There's little point in his resistance. So do we wanna... Line of sight seems good. I guess you'll sit there, right? Be good. Be good. Don't leave. Please don't leave. Don't leave. Can you not? Oh, can you not? Get. Oh, there it is. It's like, where do I need to click on? So is it in... was it from here that he did it?
Soft covers.
Nothing there. I'm not trying to rest, but...
The greasy old spring
It's
mattress.
not.
Yes, anytime.
You don't have to.
It's not the time. It's not the time. Can I... So would it have come... Where would the shot have come from? Where would it have come from? Where exactly? Where it had come from? Out here? Out on... Just out on the end here? I don't see nothing. Looked like there was another way to go up here. Can I get up here? I can. The pain in your pelvis makes you wince, then you continue. You gotta continue, man. You gotta keep going. You ain't got no choice. Oh, here? Here? A weathered artillery map showing coordinates in the Bay of Ramshackle. An old medicine cabinet. Ooh, thank you. Right here?
There's a rain
On the bed?
mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits like two eyes in the wall.
Right there. Right fucking there.
This looks like a good place to shoot from.
Inspect the
A
mattress.
single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a
Marjorie.
fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns. And an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts.
Pick one out of the
The
can.
silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand,
Tio Motiri.
Yes, this guy gets around.
Inspect the wall.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window.
Touch the concrete
Quite
first.
old and grimy from years without cleaning by anything other than the rain.
And look through the hole in the concrete.
The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. Trepidation.
A tingling
tingling
feeling in
feeling.
your stomach.
A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across
This is
the water.
fucking it. This
The
is fucking
ruins
it.
look familiar.
On the left.
A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire.
Rue de
Capeside
Saint-Gelais.
apartments. Rue de Saint-Gislain, 33A and 33B.
On the right.
The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the
between the
whirling
two.
rags. Rue de Saint-Gislain,
Is there an opening?
the doomed commercial area.
I mean, we know there is. We know
The
there is at this
box-shaped
point.
silhouette of the whirling in rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop. Sunlight reflecting off the upstairs window of Clausia's room.
There it is.
Do you have a line of sight to the window?
More than that,
Kim, with a pair of binoculars, I would be able to see inside the
A pair
room.
of binoculars? Or a scope of a rifle?
Mm-hmm.
You'd be prone, lying on a mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure. I think we have it.
Yep.
The origin of the shot.
Nice.
This is the sniper's nest.
Finally.
In our defense, nothing pointed here.
Yeah, that's
many,
true.
Many leads pointed elsewhere.
People did die. I'm just gonna say you're
he looks
right.
north.
What can
over
you
the
do at this point?
fortification,
What can you do?
Then at the mattress. He's conflicted for a second.
I know,
guilty.
I know.
It takes him a moment to
If we had been able to come here first, then we could have done something, but we didn't, and we can't. So, yeah, what can you do? I'm going to go with was there any particular checks it was giving me there that I needed to pass? I don't think that there was. Yeah, I don't think so. Let's see. let's just go with logic. Why not? Be more logical. We've been more logical as we've been going on, so that feels good. Well, we got that. So what does it say exactly? Just extracted confession? Okay. Is there anything else we should be looking at out here? I don't think so. I don't know what anything else would lead us there. Oh, shitting shit! I should have done whatever the book... Was it logic? Please God be logic. It wasn't logic, it was conceptualization, wasn't it? Shit! I should have done conceptualization there, because then I might have been able to retry this check here with these books.
Soft covers, serialized.
Piss. Piss. That's all I have to say about that piss. I didn't. It's too late. It's entirely too late. Can't undo it. Damn, I should have done that. There's this dinghy. Let's see.
Minions of capital. What do you want?
Das. Yosef Lilyanovich Das. You're under arrest for the murder. Oh, can we just say that? I'm gonna try this composure check.
For a 60-year-old man with stomach trouble, who spent his entire life alone on an uninhabited island,
Seems surprisingly fit.
fit.
That's it?
He's prone to erratic hand gestures and clearly malnourished. But that's it. You can see no more by looking at his slouched frame. The moment passes, and you say,
One more time, Mr. Dross.
Petty bourgeois law. This is all
Thing in
you
the
care
world for you
about,
types.
right? The only thing in the world for you types.
a drop of blood in the saliva. Tear into him again. Pile it on
Maybells.
him.
We've done the ballistics. The shot came from the
Saw
island.
You poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like the view?
I did.
You
it was
had
very
direct
interesting.
visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use.
Oh,
And you had
did
a long-range
he?
rifle in your possession.
I see. With the Maybells, did he take them, or did he like take them from here and plant them there, or other way around? Either way,
You've been here a long time, Mr. Dross. Too long. You need medical aid.
I don't think it's
Ready
gonna
to
happen.
die. I've done my
Best
part.
uninterrupted line of sight into that window in all of Martinez.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Radio Gosh is right. You have worms in your brain.
More one in his right eye.
Almost. He almost burst out there. Keep piling arguments.
Arguments.
Anything.
What brand of boots are you wearing?
Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand my shoes
I
are?
care because we've got footprints
Sansa.
on you from the scene of the
Some-
crime.
Show me the source, please, Mr. Dross.
Fucking imbecile.
Black and white spiral pattern covers the sole of a worn-out old running shoes.
The maker is called Sansarique, and the size is 42 to 44.
The size fits, but not the sole.
Maybe simpler. Got the print. Oh,
Sir,
yes, I did it.
He doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
People change shoes. It doesn't mean you weren't there near the room the victim died in, sneaking around.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your masters. They must have really loved that dead fuck.
The
Gotta
lieutenant
solve the
gives
case.
you a quick sideways glance and nods to acknowledge. The prints were his.
Nice.
You can see it in those eyes. He can't keep them
I
from
don't think I've
flickering.
ever passed a drama
Looking for
check.
something.
Or if I did, it's only like one or two.
The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire.
Strange process.
Silence
within
suddenly.
him.
Some strange process within him. A gush of wind. Seagulls in the distance. More. He's gonna crack. But you need a little more.
Maybells behind the victim's window. I saw them growing here.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He seems tender suddenly.
Nostalgic.
Even. A
Interesting.
strange mood swing.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away.
I haven't seen those flowers anywhere else in Martinez, only
They
here.
blossom on the islets before we fertilize them with our blood. Resurrection. was snow white in May, before they ruined it.
South, the Bay of Martinez is dotted with little freckles of islets, turning green, with white flowers in white snow.
The coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it, filled with broken, useless trash for fat-fingered bourgeois children to play with.
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any secret paths?
Pinball
Pinball
workshops.
I may.
A young woman named called Classier. Ring any bells? Flowers like these were behind her window.
Classier.
He repeats the name with care, as if it were.
You like that name, don't you? She had intimate relations with the victim, the mercenary.
With the victim.
Turns his sight from the whitening field of flowers and falls silent. Then his muscles and his jaw twitch a
There
spasm.
is a small tremble, looks like a smile, a crooked smile, yet isn't quite voluntary. He's about to burst.
Fucking do it.
Don't leave any loose ends. Get him on
Don't.
everything.
Come on. I got this.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's true.
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistol. I've seen you prance around with that. Jumping hoops for the liberals. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons, eh? Going against automatic rifles with a
I
flame.
did my best.
Of course you got all those boys killed.
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen. So he saw you. Okay.
There's
So
a lot
what?
of them.
Don't let it divert you.
Yeah. We have the murder weapon.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
Magnus, you think we have the murder weapon? Yeah,
Good.
we got the murder weapon. Oh, yes.
This feels good, doesn't
It
it?
does, it
Tearing
does.
things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
Just glances into the reeds, then twitches once
Like a
more.
marionette on some invisible string.
Not sure if I should use this point.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer.
He was a soldier too, the same as you were.
dripping with blood.
He was a person.
Beating us to the
Piece of
ground.
shit, but he was still a
moaning
person.
with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years.
There we
know,
go.
Maybe I should have killed one sooner.
Gotcha.
Got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
So you killed him?
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
So you can almost see him squeeze a tear out of his eye. His fists begin to tremble from the
The
anger.
lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you. Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore.
Yeah.
The ball is rolling, while the lieutenant listens, holding his breath.
I will hold my breath.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them, in phase. And I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth.
Begins to smile.
I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her.
Then what?
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere.
The world
The
was
world was
white.
white. Or what's left of it, anyway. My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own. And so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to
He's
murder?
aware. The lieutenant asks after a second of silence. Do I want to put? I mean, we're like at the end, so I don't know if it even matters. Sure, we'll be even more empathetic. Why not?
And you were looking at them? The victim and a young woman having sex through the scope of your rifle that night before you shot him?
Lieutenant takes out his notebook slowly, very
The
slowly.
old man nods.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
He shrugs, then smacks his lips.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from. You can coax it out of him. The lieutenant's preparing the ground.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
Why were you looking at them that night?
I'm always looking.
Oh, should have saved that point if there's a shot coming up. Turns his eyes to the city. Another tremor passes his right side, lower in intensity.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle
The
scope
has
has the best magnification.
Helps him see all the shit.
And if you don't like it,
If it's part of the shit you see,
then you pull the trigger.
Yes. Think of it as a form of...
a form of critique.
You got him going. Connect every little piece now.
Wrap this up
Wrap
like
this
a
up
gift.
like a gift. Start with when he first saw him. It will give him a chance to ramble.
When did you first see the deceased?
3 weeks ago, when the rich hag came in on her galley.
I
Her Honor Guard
I assume
came
you
in
mean Joyce Messier, the Wild Pines rep.
Wrinkled up whore.
Whoreson, aren't you a communist?
Black sexual morals are a bourgeois ploy. As
Stop
to
spitting.
pederasty,
He's
the
like
party
spitting in my
legalized it,
ears.
you know, for my party, not your liberal masters.
He spits out on the dying coals.
So don't you sermonize me, you racist shithole. It's still bourgeois when the bourgeois does it.
Fiddling with their
Fiddling
sexual
with their
organs.
sexual organs.
Some strange glandular process takes place in him at the thought. Like yeast rising.
Ew.
And anger too.
Ugh.
In addition to
Like
loneliness.
yeast rising. Horrible. Moving on.
They moved into a deserted apartment above the roundabout. Radio equipment out for all to see. Reactionary radio playing.
Sloppy and drunk.
I've seen their kind during the landing. Those Occidental and Mesk phalangs weren't conscripts. Boys like us. They were whites. All they know is to destroy and hurt. Barely alive. They like to kill while they're on their drugs. After the landing, in the burning years, I would take shots at them. End them. The worst ones, if I had a bullet to spare.
Nobody ever noticed because you're shooting from way out
I
here.
could see they've returned now to show their real face. The face they don't dare show their bourgeois voters back on Mundi with their families and polyester clothes.
What specifically did you not like about what you saw the night of the murder?
Them fucking. I didn't like that.
You were jealous?
Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself, drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore. And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second. Writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth.
Can't
I
have
wanted his
everything.
brains to spill out on her. But
He wants to see her covered in blood.
Yep.
To punish her.
You wanted to punish her, so you killed him.
she practically breastfed that man. You wouldn't believe the things she let him do to her.
He shakes his head and stares at the
You
ashes.
stare at them too. In your mind, her innocence day still turns to leaf. Airport bag in hand. Silks flowing in her wake.
The dream.
See you tomorrow, Harry. Her voice rings in the evening air. Burning.
Say nothing.
The old man raises his gaze. Something glimmers in the corner of his black eye. A bitter taste on his tongue.
How long had you been watching her?
Since she came to Martinez, I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building.
It was dark,
It was
still
dark,
winter.
still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
Past the Fell building on a ghost?
What was she doing
What was she
there?
doing there?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there.
Did I find
She
anything out
couldn't
there
see
ever?
me, but I could see her,
Smoking. She was nervous.
She was
but not
nervous.
scared.
but not scared.
And beautiful.
What do you think she hid there?
Her passport, and tickets to Billiet,
Gotcha.
and from there to Cachet Brut.
Some kind of hidden container on the coast. You looked into it?
Yes, after she'd gone. It was a submersible.
Oh.
Well made, actually.
Sloppy. We should have gotten her to tell us about this.
Yeah.
Did you take the documents?
No, I put them back. Why would I take them? I'm not going to phone. Oh, I mean,
Moving on. Did you continue watching her after this?
I did. She had a face like an archipelago with those birthmarks, and a body hard and lean and bruised all over.
Yeah, she's
Black
been
and
through it.
yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. A spook. On the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
You could tell she was a spook from the documents?
That's so.
She had different color hair on the photo, and glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois.
How did you see all
affair.
this? The bruises that
I've
she
heard
was
about
beaten?
this kind of thing
Just
on the
watching her
radio.
through your rifle, I assume.
I'm not blind, am I?
How does he know those minute details about her body?
It quickly comes to you.
Any chance you've seen them through a hole in the wall?
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers into little lines with a knife. Masturbating.
Everything in him fills with impossible longing, all at once.
Did you make that hole?
With a clip point knife.
Gotcha.
Good for listening in, too. For hearing the moaning and the snores.
Ever see her through a window on a roof?
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass.
And so you have been through the secret route behind the whirling in rags. Those were your footprints. You just changed your
I've
shoes.
been through all of Martinez. Every nook and cranny.
And that too.
Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. Funny the way light works. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me. I've seen people
Yeah.
do some shit, but
Keeps shaking his head.
You hear the familiar scribble
Right.
of the lieutenant's
Cam, write all
pen.
this shit
A
down.
quick
Every
glance
single word of the
at you.
conversation.
One more loose end
Oh.
down. We're doing this, detective.
Oh, yeah.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash.
Uh-huh.
I told you, they think I'm an antisocial. Closing hour is a good time.
Kitchen's
kitchen's
empty.
empty.
It is.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen? How?
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant
He
lived
did.
there. I don't
see.
know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
Points toward the whirling in rags.
Andy found use for it.
Uh-huh.
A spare key, like the one hanging behind the Union
Spare
box
him.
window.
It was about her. Yeah.
Her.
Your Pete's staring at the ashes, then at the reeds. There's a twitch in the corner of his
The
eye.
lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement.
It's always about her.
That's it. Motive. We have it.
Damn
Where is
fucking
she?
straight.
Blasier. I haven't seen her
Maybe
there
she
for
was here
days.
first. She figured out someone was watching her from the C4. She didn't, but... she got away. We don't know where she is.
Good for her. That girl kept staring into the scope, you know. In the end, this last week, kept staring at the island. At night, crying or smoking on the roof, like she knew I was here. It doesn't matter.
It's too late.
Across the Bay of Revachol, the oceanic wind washes 40-story towers. Above them, Lucan's central aerodrome, a cocoon suspended in the sky by a web of suspension wiring encircled by hybrid aircraft.
Look north.
On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, barbiturates, and alcohol. Yet still, she smiles.
Let's see what happened to her.
Among the great ghosts of the city she's leaving.
For another far south.
Far south. Smaller, distant, hidden. Not like the great chandelier she sees sparkle in the night below her. Streetlights, towers, tenements, and water. And across it, a dark strip of ruins, barely visible if she didn't squint her eyes. There, on a dilapidated jetty, in a nameless village, 2 police officers and 1 special consultant look across a narrow strip of sea. The ruins of a sea fort stick out of the water, built by Philippe
Catching up.
Reappropriated.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
Then lost in the landing. He's there, doing what exactly? I don't know. Satellite Officer Vicmair points at the ruins. Behind that
I'm solving the entire case is what I'm doing, dear partner.
Special Consultant Heidelstein is optimistic. We'll see the boat when he comes. Let's go get a coffee until then. I know this interesting.
What's going on with you people?
His voice trails off as the 3 walk
What are
down
you
the
planning?
jetty. As the men go, Patrol Officer Minnow looks back over her shoulder at the crumbling fortification, like a rotten tooth rising out of the water. Good luck, Harry, she thinks. You need something good for this.
I do.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
I don't know if is there anything?
What he's seen and done over the years.
I guess so.
You could get more out of him. He likes talking. Enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this.
Been looking at anything else you haven't liked?
Tragic comedy.
Shakes to life.
Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers.
A strange little engine seems to fire up in him again. It straightens his back.
More specifically?
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez... Martinez is the worst.
How come?
Because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing to do in the whole world. Listening to race-themed radio shows. In the ruins. In their lorries.
Points inland.
Pumped full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that Social Democratic Union and the farce of a Social Democrat.
Mr. Clare?
Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, syphilitic murderer, on the town square.
Let him finish.
To spit on the working class.
I'll let him finish.
Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruins. In tents, like animals. Like those boom-boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs.
What? No! No, they're good people. That all?
The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no. The worst is that old cop parading around in his uniform.
Well, he's dead now, so...
It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Quayamoran, or some other island they built their palaces on. feeding on drugs and having
sex
sex
with their
own children.
Say nothing.
That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least that old...
It's a very interesting person, Yosef here.
Dead.
Snod.
We did good when we pushed him under that horse car. If only, in the 30s, those...
No, don't you fucking say it, you piece of shit. What follows is ominous mumbling. You cannot make out a single word.
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brains.
No.
A nonsensical sputter.
You shut your whore
Ask about
mouth.
that cock on parade too. Make sure you get everything here.
That's obviously what it means.
Every fucking morning for 34 years. Throwing that ball. One ball against the other. I've always loathed that game.
You really hate the game that
A
much.
working class game.
No,
I
no,
don't
but
care
don't.
what they say on Radio June. Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click.
Now
clack,
you're just
across
fucking
the
going
water
crazy.
each day. And that uniform, like a parrot plumage. I won't even mention that he's a traitor to his race. A petanque maniac.
No, I don't
race
know.
traitor.
I don't know about
I
that.
remember him. I remember him from La Noce. Not him, personally. His make and model. There were tens of thousands of them. I thought we took them all out before the liberals came to their rescue. We missed one. That one.
With the shaky finger, he points to the city toward the crater near the plaza where a lonely pine tree stands.
There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pine today. Not even Gaston.
There's no one there.
Fat and plump. Like a pheasant. Just begging to be popped off. Please, Mr. Dross. Shoot me.
He whispers with such predatory hunger. It borders on longing.
You'd like to kill him.
Not yet.
It's too bad because he's already
I
dead.
like to look at him strut around, place the crosshair on his medals, right on his face, and just fiddle the trigger. Think about it. Let the bomb melt in my mouth.
Save the treat for later.
He is a juicy bonbon.
A juicy
A
bonbon.
real treat for the black day. The blackest. When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think, no, don't waste it. Put this lead in that cock, Rene. For the boys he killed. And then I look at him throw those balls, and I suddenly feel
Lets out a wistful sigh.
better. I even hid one
Even that
bullet,
just makes you feel
so
better?
I'd always have one for him. Haven't seen him around lately, strutting around. Must be down with arthritis. I hope it hurts like hell. I hope he sweats blood.
Hearing it may destabilize him. You sure you've gotten everything from him?
I think so. Pretty sure. Yeah. It would probably break him, but, you know, fuck this guy.
No,
Yeah, he died of old age a couple days ago. Yep,
I waited too long.
yep, you'll never get it
I
now.
waited too long, and now he's dead.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dross. I understand you knew him for a long time.
They're all dead now.
Yep.
Fuck it.
If he really wanted to kill him so bad, he would have done. There must have been 1,000 black days on these islands. His health ailing.
He had 1,000 chances to kill him.
And I blew them all. What does it matter now? He's gone. Ancient dust.
Ancient dust.
He reminded him of himself. The same hatred. The same. You tried to think of something else.
You cared about
but
him.
no. It's just hatred.
All human beings care about each other. I cared for seeing his head explode. Now, God damn this one.
I'm sorry.
Fuck you.
You okay, Mr. Dross, to go
You
on?
think I haven't seen people die? It's all I've seen them do. Fuck and die. All the other plans we had. To love. To colonize the Pale. It's all fucked.
He's not okay. This is just another black day in a row of black days. Something strange is keeping him together.
Now there's disco whores you talked
about. I don't even care about those whores anymore.
Don't you dare.
Take me in.
Renee must have been quite a loss for him.
I see.
Maybe you could still get him to talk about things that don't require as much rage, because it's not there.
Mention the Union as a social democrat, and Mr. Clare a farce of a social democrat.
I don't want to talk about goddamn social democrats.
He's broken.
Traitors is all they are. Brain dead.
He waves his arms, agitated and despondent at the same
Renee
time.
still presses on his mind.
Yep, we got him with that. Glad we talked about this.
We talked about what?
Ask about the people you don't like. Yeah, I mean, what else is there to say? Yosef Ilyanovich Dross, you're under arrest for the murder of the Crenel Colonel here in Martinez.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
The sum of all the erratic movements, fidgeting, and mood swings he's been exhibiting. The wind picks up. The silence on the water is broken all around you. Little shivers of waves appear. The lieutenant continues, like an incantation.
Your wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand? Do you understand?
What is there to say?
But...
He's afraid.
No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
Looks at the reeds, eyes submerged in growing terror.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead. Pupils are dilated too. Eyes getting blacker and blacker.
Your confirmation is not required, sir.
Wait.
Now on to the boat.
Hang on. Wait. Shit.
You thought you heard something.
Oh,
but it's
fuck
just
off.
the reeds.
Maybe we could all fit in there.
We could all fit. First say, does it have room for 3?
Not really. We could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can take him inland while the other stays here.
But then, who watches him while you're coming back here?
Who watches him there while I come back for you?
You come back for me? How about I go and send a boat back for you?
What is this farce? This is a fucking farce. I can't.
Something is happening.
Stop.
Stop. Lillian, you could ask her maybe.
Maybe I can just ask that. Wait, why are we doing this? And pick her to
This
watch
is no
him?
harmless old man.
He's not.
This fucking world. This world. What is this?
No, listen. Listen now.
Why are we so afraid ourselves? Once you've taken him to the precinct, I can come back for you.
No, it would take a whole day on this island. You go and transport the prisoner. I'll be here. I can escort him to the pier with you.
Maybe you don't need to be quiet. I'll do it.
This world. What are you talking about? Is this...
His voice drowns out in a sudden gush of wind.
Your skin is crawling suddenly.
Oh. What's going on here? What's happening? Oh my god! Oh my god! It's him!
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb.
Oh my god!
To then just stand there,
Oh my god!
moving
Oh my
its
god!
scythe-like arms in ghostly silence.
Oh my god!
It's still there, an unfolding mechanism
it's
of
Lydian
reed-like
Phasmid.
chitin, hovering.
What are you talking about?
The giant stick insect!
There's nothing there.
Oh, he's real big! He's a big boy!
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head.
I didn't
You feel
realize.
your legs shaking under you and your gun hand rise instinctively.
There is! I see it!
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reed.
Kim, can you see it?
I can see it.
4 simple words, thank God. If he can see, then you're not insane. But that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute silence. Its limbs long and slender.
Be very, very careful.
Maybe it's a friend? I'm gonna put, I don't need this no more. I don't think I need this no more. I think it's friend-shaped. Are you friend-shaped?
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from his head like
He's such a big boy.
White and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you. The segmented antennae move with apprehension, searching for something that's not there. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks.
Don't you fucking give me double ones, you piece of shit.
Slowly.
Oh my god, fuck off!
You take 2 small steps toward the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows. Like laughter, a sort of happiness. Sweat drips from your brow, soaking your chest. You reek of it. Your chemicals.
I forgot about that entirely.
Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water.
I'm Mary.
No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam. The stridulations of its limbs continue all around you.
Stand on my tiptoes and look more
You
closely.
were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of
you're
the
so
creature.
big, you're so big,
on
you're such a
its
big boy.
segmented lower lip. It looks to be foaming slowly. The foam is white, then yellowish. The faintest smell, like you've never felt before. Like burnt roses.
Kim, it's foaming.
Careful. It may be poisonous.
Maybe?
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth.
Is it like speaking? Is that speaking?
The little bubbles begin to burst, one by one, letting out that same smell.
Oh, come on.
Like
Don't you fucking dare fail this, you piece of shit. I exist too.
Tell me what it's like for you.
Fire burning.
Fire? Where?
On the horizon, pale fire. This thing we're both sensing is coming to an end.
That is your problem. Nothing ever ends for me. There is only room for 2, maybe 3 pictures in my mind. For me, it is a series of half-lit images. A kind of darkness being intruded upon. Transient, dim, moist.
Intruded upon by what?
Shapes of plants and animals. And internal sensations. A swarm of sounds. Tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding.
Well, you have a very good grasp of the English language.
I am at the end of a narrow funnel. Weightless.
End of a narrow tunnel.
So light, it only feels like
the fuck is happening right now?
In truth, perhaps I'm nothing.
I certainly do not
I
have a soul.
certainly do not have a soul.
Would never burn.
And if I did, it would never burn.
I'm glad to be me, an incredibly sensitive instrument.
Few of us can begin to imagine the horror of you.
What?
With all of creation reflected in your forebrain. It must be like the highest of hells, a kaleidoscope of fire and writhing glass. Eternal damnation.
It's not
Even
so
when
bad.
you're sleeping, and when you wake, you carry it around on your neck, like eyes open that cannot help but swallow more behind the mirror. I feel great. Mute
empathy for you. It was disorienting at first, but I'm keeping my shit together.
That must be incredibly hard. The Arthropods are in silent and meaningless awe of you. So that we're
watching.
When you're tired, when the vision spins out of control, the insects will be looking on, rooting for you.
They're rooting for me.
And when you fall, we will come to raise you up. But from you, banner-like, blossom from you and carry you apart in a sky funeral, in honor of your passing. Not me. I'm just a leaf eater.
How sweet.
In honor of your shit, Lieutenant E42, which you kept together in the face of total unrelenting terror, day after day,
second by second.
Detective arriving on the scene.
Yeah, I am a detective.
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
I don't know. The killer, I guess.
He's in a bad state. Deteriorating fast now. He thinks I am beneficial to him, but I am not. I only quicken his deterioration.
You're destroying him?
Very slowly. And only because he won't go away. It is meant to keep them from noticing me, to interfere with the pictures in their heads.
It took me too long.
But he has looked at me for too long, and I am destroying him.
Is this a dream? What is happening?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought I was.
Light is foaming me.
I thought it was real. I wasn't sure. You gotta ask sometimes. Where does this come from? All around us.
Not even the birds know that.
Oh.
Not even the water lily.
Then all we can do is beat our fists against it day after day with no answer.
You can also eat it. If you sleep, you can put it in your mouth. Or read.
What exactly are you?
I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmodia.
Phantasmodia.
Endemic to the Insulandian Insula. For the last 350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molding, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and boys.
It may have unknown, dangerous biochemical characteristics that help it maintain its camouflage.
How interesting.
So went unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, by the soldiers of the revolution and the officials of the occupation.
Even the
Seminoles Islanders who came here first
did not stay, have not
did
seen
not
me.
stay.
Am I the first?
I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Rebelshaw.
Are you poisonous?
March. Yes. I do not have a starter display, so I use a neurodegenerative element to aid in camouflage. Do not worry. It is only destructive over long periods of time.
The deserter. He's been here for a long time.
That's insane.
No, you are.
Oh.
The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively medium life form, while it is you who are a total extreme madness.
You think I'm madness?
A volatile simian nerve system, ominously new to the planet.
Ominously new to the planet.
Hail too came with you.
Oh.
No one remembers it before you.
Interesting.
The Bulgarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not.
Oh.
There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants
pale is human
that you are going to
made?
destroy us all. It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great, unnatural territory. Its advent coincides with the arrival of
surely don't have that kind of power.
You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Give me enough time, you will wipe us all out and replace us with nothing.
How?
Just by accident. We suspect it will be something like The oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing.
Worse how?
Much worse. Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink.
I have to eventually.
This plays us all one day. Or just forget.
I want to blink and undo 12 billion years. I've already forgotten the whole world once when I drank too much. I will be extra careful not to blink, stick insect. Don't worry.
Please be.
I'll try.
Or one day, one of you will close your eyes and sigh, and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
Kim, am I having a violent epileptic seizure?
It doesn't look like that, no.
What does it look like?
You're just staring at it.
Oh. Just looking at the stick insect. Everything is normal.
I think we should take a picture, and then you should back away from the unstudied species.
I have to say goodbye now. I have no more thoughts. That was all.
No, there's one more.
Of all the creatures I met, you are the kindest.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you.
That woman.
That woman. Turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward.
Turn from the ruin.
Do it for the working class.
That woman, turn from the ruin, turn and go forward. I'll try.
She was middle class. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
Okay, Cam, take the picture.
Okay.
Sobering him out, the lieutenant slides the lens, opens, and raises his tie
There is
level.
no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed by the camera. It remains fixated on you.
In 3.
No, just do
If
it
it
now.
moves, you turn
Cam.
back. I'll shoot. Here we go.
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1.
The shrill flash of the camera
Oh.
cuts the air like the blade of a sword.
Oh, we got
The
it.
phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant.
We got it.
Hypnotized
We did
by the
it.
flash. It stands frozen before you. The sweat on your arms feels cold as ice, as if you're frozen as well, in the shadow of this great statue of chitinous marble.
I got it.
Here, the lieutenant whispers. The creature's shape develops onto photo paper in his hand. A polychrome ghost of white streaks against the reeds in the sky, and you as a shadow before it.
For all time.
I'd like to pet its forearm.
The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. You feel a soft push
Run
could
your
tip the
hand
creature
up
over.
the slender limb.
Its hollow exoskeleton collapsing. A small shudder passes the creature's arm.
Above you.
High above you, its black pearl eyes still glisten, mesmerized by the light passing its nervous system.
Slowly reach out and touch the creature's whisker.
The antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you barely touch the tip of the left whisker. On contact, the chitin curls into
Oh.
a spiral, like the tip of a poison ivy. Its touch on your fingertip feels cold, ticklish.
Ticklish.
The sensation is
Oh.
electrifying, resounding through your body. It is surprisingly delicate, the curly end of the whisker, like a young vine. It's even a bit wet.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
Look at my finger.
You were right. It glistens with some kind of moisture.
I don't know
The
if I should
creature
lick
in
my
front
finger.
of you stays frozen.
I'll do it.
It tastes like sugar, very faint. The anthropod towers above you, tufts of reeds pointing from limb and head alike. Odorless, mostly comprised of water.
We got it.
Another shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. Even the small black
do not
pearls of
stray
its
from
eyes
you.
do not stray from you.
I think I should disengage slowly
As
now.
you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface. And Just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water. And something under it, in the place it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds, a collection of items.
What?
It's gone.
Lieutenant looks north with his hand raised to his brow. What's that in the reeds?
Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look.
We can walk on water.
Apparently, yes. Like a water strider. Only I've never seen anything like that in my life.
What now?
What now?
He's put his hand into the ash. It's dirty black.
In some kind of strange, semi-catatonic state.
Our suspect is not looking so good.
Yeah.
We need to check on him.
I don't think he's making it much longer. That was amazing. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on, hang on. But what is this, actually? Oh, I got the helmet. T932 rifle scope. Interesting. Got that at the very end of the fucking game. How nice. This monstrous-looking, bug-eyed ceramic helmet was in the phasmid's nest. Still has some reeds sticking out of it, and it smells of seawater, but it's otherwise wearable, if not exactly comfortable. Putting it on feels scary somehow. Yeah, I can see why.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Something is very wrong with him now.
How could you not see the phasmid? He stares at the reeds and falls silent.
Mr. Doras?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets. His gap-toothed mouth shaking with fear and longing.
Fear and longing.
Like an addict of some terrible substance.
Touch his shoulder gently.
The plastic cape feels coarse. A light shiver passes the man. Other than that, no reaction. He feels small and frail.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem. Doesn't it, Mr. Doras?
I guess so.
The trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will
need to be medical first. We found some things in the phasmid's nest, Mr. Dross.
He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him.
Perhaps you should.
Nothing.
Just a dull stare.
Just dull staring. Not even rage left, wherever he is. The last embers have gone out.
War is over.
Is over.
If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he said he did, the ebb would put it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dross could have picked it up. Or the phasmid even.
What about
if it did, this is incredible.
The detached scope.
I lost.
You lost it, Mr. Dross?
He turns his eyes to the reeds again, as he's done so many times. Beige and white stripes.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. With the help of a magpie phasmid. This sight is a T9, Mr. Dross. Was it attached to the rifle when you made
probably.
the shot?
Silence. Not even a sigh. You've gotten all you will out of this poor
Yeah,
bee.
I'm gonna let you rest now, Mr. Dross.
The plastic cape flaps around his face in a gust of wind. His back is slouched and his mouth open. The blacks of his eyes are receding. His pupils are returning to normal. The strength has all gone out of him. Just frail old bones in a sack of
What's happened to this man?
And they win.
Old age and shock.
I mean, yes, but I think it's also the phasmid.
The arrest and the appearance of the phasmid. The combined stress. But you think it's something more than that, don't you?
Maybe.
There's much more.
It's just the reeds.
Remember what it said
there's some hormonal
when it spoke.
Talked. It said it's destroying him. I did talk. I'm just gonna say it.
You should be more careful, detective. Are you sure
Maybe.
it wasn't having an effect on you?
The degradation is a side effect.
A valid hunch. Long-term exposure to something like that could be neurodegenerative. Also, please be careful when approaching a known species in the future.
I had a good feeling from him, Kim. I think the phasmid is nice and kind. He couldn't see it.
Could be part of the shock. But you're right, something is off here. Mr. Dross.
Touches the man's shoulder.
No response.
Maybe this is how the phasmid has stayed hidden all these
Then
years.
how did we see it? Oh, you mean whatever does this, does it over
yeah.
time?
It would make
Teenagers,
sense
kids,
because
drunks, sightings are brief.
yeah.
Enhanced not
When she
critical.
talked about it, she was really
But
young,
anyone
but she
who
couldn't see it
spends
from
a
then
long
on.
time with it.
Yes, you forget it's there.
Mr. Dross, have you ever seen a stick insect pretending to be the reeds?
Old man stutters.
The doctors will have to look at this.
Yeah.
I hope your station has better medical personnel
Hopefully.
than 57. This is...
Could it be there's something
little
hormonal in
advanced
his
for her.
relationship to the Phasmid?
You mean pheromonal?
He seemed a little off for a man his age.
Disco.
Randy.
Knowing of her bruises, his disposition
Yeah,
toward
maybe.
Miss
It's a
Orania?
possibility.
I see
He's
what you
been
mean.
here for a long time. Who knows how much of it is in its
He
company?
did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him. Like he didn't want to leave this place. And the insect, maybe.
Looks at his notebook.
I have absolutely forgotten to take note. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one hell of a report.
Thank God.
Thank God we have the photo.
They never take the goddamn photo. Hang tight.
We should think about getting back to the mainland.
Return.
To get help. He'll be safe here. If we don't take too long.
Hopefully. Interesting. What does it say exactly? Use the boat to return to the mainland. Don't die, I guess. I don't know what else to say. Let's go over here. That was really interesting. I really liked the Phasmid there. I was shocked when I first saw it. I was like, excuse me? What's happening? But I really liked that. I really liked all of that scene, honestly. It was very good. Very well done. I thought it tied up everything, honestly. I really liked the character, found him interesting. Like the last gasps of communism, in a way, in this
The
world.
skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock.
Let's return to the mainland.
Yes, we are done here.
Adjusting his glasses, he's done out over the water.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet. But for the sound of conversation on the water, there is
Yeah, I
someone
heard them
inland
back here.
waiting for you. 2 men and a woman stand on the concrete square
solved
of
it.
a nameless village,
Solved the case.
looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer.
The sea
The
is
sea
calm.
is calm. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
I'll take that money. I won't be using it for anything, but I'll take it.
Look what the tide brought him.
Says the man without sunglasses. Suddenly his expression changes and he tilts his head. Why are you playing this noise? Why are you playing this
You a
music?
teapot, but I'm honestly kind of impressed. No idea where you got all that gear, but there's no doubt in my mind that some bad people are looking for it. Also,
Oh,
you look like a fucking idiot.
the armor. Forget. Okay, there's a giant.
We're not forgetting about
Oh,
anything.
fuck off.
Look at you.
Points at you with both hands. The armor?
Oh, really? They don't seem bothered by it. That's because you're a cop in an exoskeleton.
Oh, that
Yeah,
explains it.
that has always explained it.
This is not the first time
he's
he's
seen
seen
you.
all
Vic,
Wouldn't doubt
calm
it.
down.
Who are you people?
Hello.
I fucking knew you were something or other.
Several occasions.
We have.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean
Yeah.
and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it. Special Consultant Trond
My
Heidenstam,
task force.
Battle Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
Hey,
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
I mean, I'm doing pretty
Lieutenant
well.
Kitsuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us. We might need your help with
Yeah.
something later.
Gaining his confidence.
as if he recalled that he's in fact decorated police lieutenant.
You're not a naughty
But
little
this
boy,
is clearly
Cam.
a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it.
Way
among
to feed me to the
yourselves.
wolves. Thank you, Lieutenant.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
Just warmly flashing the tiniest of smiles.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shit.
Okay, look, I know. I know.
Ari, we want to help you. Trant, I believe this is where you come in.
I mean,
This is the
I
horse
have
don't know why
solved the
you made
case.
this.
If that
But it
helps
was
at all.
beyond idiotic. You should never address her using those words again.
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to
participate as an
participate as an
expert.
expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
No, Trant, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
What does he have to say for himself? He left
He
you
did.
to catch the bullets.
You know, I was here. You weren't the man with you. You're not even blonde. Sorry, I didn't recognize you before. So, Trent Hiddlestein, special. Where? There was a fucking. Yeah.
It's okay. I didn't come here to gloat or to fool you. Neither did he, actually.
She gestures towards Vikmar.
We're just worried.
That's
right.
very understandable.
Worried. I'm always worried about you. Every time you don't show up to work, or when
Yeah.
you do about
Yeah.
stick, you're a worry fest. She's worried about you. I'm worried about
I
you.
do like
Even
this.
Special Consultant Backpedal is worried about you. Everyone worries instead of working.
I've improved. So Trent Hiddlestein is special consultant Trent Hiddlestein.
I'm Tran Heilstein. I never said I wasn't Tran Heilstein.
What was it with the kid then?
Mikhail? Mikhail's my son.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
Sort of you, What are you special consulting
What do you
about?
need? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s. Like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
Ooh, I see.
He's here to see if you're insane.
I see.
He's smart.
I see.
Let's move on.
No ones who say they are. You mentioned a task force.
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Who else is in this?
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn
You
Major
fucking
Crimes
what?
Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Tron fucking Heidelstown, and Guillaume.
Look, man, I've had a bad time.
I'm technically just a civilian advisor.
Whatever.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
Who's Guillaume Bevy?
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit.
Well, yeah.
Other people have left too. Good, smart people.
Yeah.
People we wanted
Yeah,
back.
okay,
Only
man,
that this
okay,
strange
okay.
Patrol officer is still here.
Okay.
And Tron because I'm forcing him to stay.
So, what does this unit do?
It's a major crimes unit. We cleared the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit here now, Harry. Because of you.
Sorry.
They're your posse, or what remains of it.
Hand-picked,
Hand-picked.
hand-lost.
Hand lost.
The 41st isn't...
Trails off, not wishing to finish the sentence. How did you know I was here?
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
I saved his establishment and still he betrays me. I understand.
And, people on the street helped us too, with your whereabouts.
You're a legend among the drunks, Harry.
Oh,
a legendary
yeah.
local drunk.
Yeah. So where have you been all this time?
Damn it, Harry.
Shifts his weight, crosses his arms, and looks you in the
You
eye.
told us to fuck off.
Oh.
You said we're cramping your style. You're detective god. Fuck everything. All will burn.
Will
Detect
burn.
or die.
Detect or die. Why don't you leave a literal police gun? I'm not like that anymore. I don't know if that'll help though.
Yes. You're sorry. You're the
I am.
sorriest cop who
Yeah,
ever lived. Nothing has changed,
I
Harry.
know.
I've heard this repentance shit a million times
I turned to water. I know. Okay, we don't need that, and we don't need that.
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Could you explain what's happening in my head?
He doesn't have visible tremors. He talks without slurring. He can drive a boat. He's standing.
It's amazing that I'm standing at
All
all.
good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic. As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch,
Yes,
but
he
also mine
was.
with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting.
Do you have any answers?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically,
made all up
psychologically,
I know who I am.
Why not
Socioeconomically? To do with an anomaly in the church. Well, there's that. There is a whole anomaly that we're not really talking about. I don't know. What can you say about it, really?
Corresponding to the 20-centimeter hole in your brain. Sure. This theory has great symmetry. I see how it folds into itself neatly.
You don't sound impressed.
Precisely, Satellite Officer Vic Mayer. It's Martinez.
I'll explain later, but there's another man who's lost his memory. He would be too close-minded. There is... yeah.
Crabman is an unfortunate choice of words, but I was there. The church on the coast shook from an audiospatial anomaly.
Yeah?
It may have
we could go over there. There's a lady that's measuring it now.
Either way, I have put this into my report. You should read it. I do not, however, think it has anything to do with him drinking himself to the point of brain damage.
Thank you, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Just to clarify, I do not think his other anthropometics are a hoax. Pale produces global phenomena. It's proven.
You just don't think it was relevant to me?
What has not been proven is total memory loss after drinking too much Komodo Red.
Honestly, I might be.
I think he's just lying to us.
I said that to Kim. It was an interesting option.
He has blanked out before.
Oh, I have?
Yes, a couple of times.
Oh, okay.
After some of the more serious benders.
Maybe I wasn't lying.
One was after the two drunks case. The other when we looked into that mural.
The two cases in your ledger.
The unsolvable case and the next
the unsolvable
mural. I looked at those.
And the next world mural. Those cases were hard on you.
They were.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea. Yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
Interesting.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect?
I really like this music.
Look at the sensory input here.
It's banging. Gestures towards the scenery.
Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years.
It's hard.
As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for its end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in a major crime unit? Is he a cretin now?
Is he a cretin now?
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work.
I have been doing work.
Not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
Leadership.
I think that might be.
Now.
I know. Line detective is wrong. I'm too far gone. Fuck all of you. I don't want to be in your unit. I think that line detective is good for now.
I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the body? Or do we need to get him on a disability pension?
What now?
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Really?
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage?
Listen, I know. My hands are on my face. I rub it and I don't have an answer for you. I drove it into the ocean when I was drunk.
Ah, so refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of everyone's payslip.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
I got it right. What are you about to fucking do with it?
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain the grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand.
You fucker. How dare you do this to me?
It lands on the ground, some 2 meters away. Ouch! You strained your elbow trying to catch that stupid thing. Damn it.
He found it. He found it, John. It's his badge.
And your gun?
I have a gun now. I upgraded my gun to a rifle. No, if anything, I need more I do have a lot of guns. I wonder what he'll think about that.
I don't care about your collection, you whore freak. Is one of them your service weapon? I only want to know about that one gun.
These are great guns. Yeah, I got that. Yeah, I got that.
And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
I'm not drunk. I quit. It's only me in this boring hellhole now. Yeah, see, I quit.
I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then,
It's probably the fact that I haven't fucking showered in a week.
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and his hand is an actual corpse.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. It's been a bit. It's been a week.
A bit of a week?
It has, motherfucker!
Drunk, and you let a suspect escape.
But I got the guy!
Because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
I wasn't drunk!
We've read the report, Sari. Lieutenant Kitsuhagi's.
Yeah. Not taking him was the right thing. She gave us a vital clue that led to the island. She pulled one, he let her go. Just a small detail in a huge case. Doesn't matter, none of it does. We're looking at the oxygen hog cost times a quadrillion. I don't know how to talk about that, and I don't think that we should. She did.
Oh, well. If she was nice.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect. The one who shot herself. In the head.
Listen here, motherfucker.
The fact that you're Everclear's little peony now. Doing I don't know
hitting
what
me
for
with
him.
every stick
That's
they can.
no time
He's
still.
got 20
That's
sticks
nothing.
lined up,
That's
ready
a
to
humorous
go.
anecdote. Compared to the 8 people who were gunned down.
I know.
The streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
I know.
He did everything he could.
I did.
We did
We
everything
did.
we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them
I
and
did.
the locals.
I did.
Here comes the cavalry.
Thank you, Kim.
He did so at
Thank
considerable
you, Kim.
risk
Thank
to
you,
his own
Kim.
life.
Thank you,
He
Kim.
was shot and survived only because of his armor. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
It's a massacre. Firefighter's trivial. We gotta skip past that. We gotta skip past that.
It's better if I do that.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
There's a stray strain of hair out of his eye and
He
coughs.
thinks of apologizing, but decides against it.
You've spent the week with him on this case.
Oh shit.
What is your take?
Oh shit.
The case?
No, that's not what he's asking.
On Lieutenant Efretor Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week.
See?
1 week.
When's the last week I didn't drink?
Then there's the self-flagellation issue. He likes to apologize profusely, making it sound like he's guilty of at least first-degree murder. It's not a good communication strategy.
You got me there. You got me there.
It's worrying.
You got me
especially
there.
Considering
You
his
got me
political
there.
views. Detective Dubois is, as you know, a Mazurian
you know,
He wants to liquidate the ruling class, which, again,
not wrong,
for
you're not
police
wrong,
officer,
he's not wrong.
is a little other
It's
still.
not,
He's
just,
also an ultra-liberal hustler who is always on the grind. How he reconciles these 2 points of view, I don't
Am
know.
I though? I don't think I've
But
done
he
any
is
of that.
vocal about both of them. And then there's the motor carriage in the sea. Something I was not present. But despite all this, he is a great detective.
Yes!
One of the best I've seen, in fact.
I love you.
He can talk human beings into telling him everything. And he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven.
I love you.
Except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke. Which, by the way, I have to disagree with you, Mr. Hickman.
I love you
Other
so
violent
much.
He really...
Okay, he did something.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation.
Yep.
He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution.
Sounds
He's
like he
probably
committed a number
other
of murders.
over those years. Oh, and
There was
he
also that.
discovered a new species.
A new species?
Yep.
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds, unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with...
I don't know if we had to bring this up, but you know, you might as well, I guess.
He takes out the photo of the phasmid and shows it to the officers across the yard.
Don't you fuck with this. Don't you fuck with this photo. Don't you fuck with this photo, wind.
You hear gasps.
Don't you do it.
The howling of the wind.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Oceana.
Fucking hell is that? Is this somehow connected
yeah.
to the
Detective?
Boom, boom, boom. Yes, I believe the pheromone inhibits may be responsible for the killer's mental degradation.
The old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence.
Who
exhibiting a
fucking knew that the phasmid was going to be related to it?
Its appearance.
That's amazing.
He became near catatonic.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
It really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
His tired eyes follow the photo as the lieutenant puts it away.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness. Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
The research as the killer. We have a strong motive for him. There's also a dead man. Missing person I found. I mean, I did everything, really.
Yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
How'd you know I found him?
The body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, detective.
No problem.
It's still a point for you. No denying it.
The killer, Lilyanovich Dross. We have a strong motive for him.
Lilyanovich. A revolutionary matronym.
A revolutionary matronym?
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc.
Oh, for God's sake,
The
Trant.
revolutionaries
It's
saw
not the
this
time.
as a
It isn't the
patronyms,
time.
So they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead. This man's mother was Lilian. His Lilian's son, Lilyanovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
I see.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
I do.
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
Yep, and an act of jealousy. Well, you know, yeah.
Jealousy?
It's about as close as you can say.
Lilyanovich was an old man. To have been hiding for 50 years. Like 70-something.
A strange psychosexual fixation. Aggravated, possibly, by proximity to the phasmid and its chemicals. He himself gave a political reason. Said he had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have a sniper's nest with full view of the room in which the mercenary died. Right on the island. And 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
We got it all, motherfucker. We got it all.
It's way more than that.
Perfect folded. Like the fucking, it's way more. I'll win her back with this. My masterpiece. Still teaches. Did all I could. Every second was a struggle. Perfect folding like the phasmid.
Perfect folding mechanism. Get over yourself, Harry. I can still smell the booze on the wind.
No, you can't.
God damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It is there. Like in your bones or something. It will pass. In time.
In time. Also, the phasmid was female. The research nest.
What makes you think so?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female.
I see.
And the nesting behavior.
I thought it could have gone either way.
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
Not as far as I could see. There were other things.
Helmet and scope. Reproduced by parthenogenesis. Oh, how specific.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are called bowers. They are for attracting mates.
I don't have any opinion on the matter.
Of course, as I said, I'm only guessing. I didn't see it.
What is
must be robust if it can move a whole helmet with its limbs. As in cloning itself? What makes you think so?
Observation?
Well, then it wouldn't matter if it's a male or female.
What was the observation that made
that?
that?
Just be rudimentary behavior from before the parthenogenetic mutation.
That makes sense. Yes.
Very interesting. Such organisms are extremely vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the whole species.
I think it emits a
We're
chemical
probably looking at
that
conservation
makes it look
efforts here.
even more like the reeds.
Yes. That would be a chiromone. A pheromone that's seemingly beneficial to the host. It usually stimulates the affected nervous system. Not a human's, of course, but perhaps a predator's.
Nothing is off the table. But I want to stress this. The find does not have to
As
be
I,
connected
we
to the case.
we did solve
The
it
case is
without all that,
100%
just so that we're
possible.
clear, just so that we're all clear.
Chiromones.
Yeah.
Of course, Lieutenant. Of course. We should treat the case and the phasmid as completely separate from each other.
Yeah.
People are not going to...
Yeah.
They're not going to go for this
Yeah.
constabulary.
It had mandibles and it was completely white on the inside.
Yes, but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its
It did look very cool.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Cop discovers new species. Maybe even
No, go for
discovers
it.
the Insulindian phasmid. No, that's
No, do it.
This would really help with some of the problems we've been having.
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This is science, news,
true.
human interest. You know, it's a really good thing you have that photo.
Thank God. Thank God we actually had the wherewithal to do it.
Without it.
Without it.
You're doing good here.
Just like for a moment,
Perhaps
but
only
still.
for a moment, but still. Quit while you're ahead? Or no?
I don't know that we need... I don't know that that helps us.
I don't know what a Doom commercial area is.
A commercial building where all business... I looked into it. The case turned out to be possibly entrepreneurial, part of my larger investigation into Martinez itself.
Why? That's not what you were supposed to do here.
Well, it
There
was
a possible
related.
witness in there, and it was close to the crime scene. He was just chasing a lead and ended up advising a local shopkeeper.
Exactly. Yeah. I wasn't really, I didn't pay rapt attention to the whole thing. That wasn't what I was doing. I also confiscated drugs.
You don't mention.
You don't want to know.
You're right, Lieutenant. I don't. You snorted the drugs. I know
No,
you
I
did.
didn't. No, I
It's
didn't.
all right. I mean, at this point, anything is but the drink.
I don't know if we need to talk about the nightclub.
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species.
So you're saying?
So I have to, Jude.
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
Yes.
You haven't been drinking, she thinks. So
I haven't.
maybe this time.
Maybe this time.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Yeah.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody. Let's go.
Now you will finally get to know who you are.
Wait, I have a few questions before we go about who I
The
am.
man looks westward.
I do? I don't know.
impatiently,
Do I?
jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Oh, yeah, I do need to tell Lena about this.
Who is Lena?
She lives in Jamrock on Tabernacle Road. She told me about the Phasmid.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over.
Yeah, where you
Near
live,
where
on
you live, on
Perdition.
Perdition.
She looks at Vikamar.
Fine. If we're gonna drop you off anyway.
She and her husband were conducting
They
the
will
search
beat
for
you.
the Phasmid.
You don't know what
It's
this
their
will do.
discovery, in part.
It is.
They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive
It
news
happens so
from it.
rarely.
She is going to be over the moon.
I'd say so.
Watch out, or she'll faint.
Lieutenant Ketsuragi, what will you do now?
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen.
Yeah.
It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
About what?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Ramshackle.
Yeah. He pulls up his collar and looks around. The cold spring light reflected in the lenses of his
I
sunglasses.
don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM.
Yeah.
We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
Distant traffic. A scrap of newspaper
drifts
drifts by, carried by the wind. It says, tensions rise in Terminal YC in light of the De La Doors strike. in Terminal B.
Do you want to do that?
Representatives of every industry.
Do you want to do that at Station 41, Kim?
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather.
No. I mean, investigate. Do you want to come work in Precinct 41?
Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I
would fit in.
Oh, no. Yeah, please.
Can take the stress.
You can.
He doesn't know how to finish the sentence.
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
I know, same.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
Everyone's very serious all of a sudden.
And we also have a huge case.
We do. Our precinct is. They specifically talked about that. How our precinct has a whole shit ton of work that we're doing a lot. We're working with fewer people than we should be.
I do like the sound of that.
Yay! I'm so happy. No, I don't need to ask those questions because I know who I am. I've learned.
Good.
She looks at you then, Vickmeyer.
Fuck it, let's go. Trump brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
Under the afternoon sky,
the great
district hums. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls, and chimney stacks. Fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street to Precinct 41, to Boogie Street, forking into the snow-swept horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber.
What?
In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles.
A man without eyelids smiles.
It's time.
Oh.
Dawson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein? No. Vickmeyer? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really?
Oh.
Nix Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Potomny Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in his office, and the curtains are drawn. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll side with the people. Understood. Gottlieb returns to the list. Minnow? Of course.
What are they talking about?
Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
And... oh my god. Oh my god. We did it. Can I get looked at, please? My leg's no good. Aww. That's sweet. That was so fucking good. What the hell am I supposed to do now? I play goddamn Outer Wilds and then I followed up with Disco Elysium. What how am I supposed to go back to games? What? That was like the best RPG I think I've played. How am I supposed to, what am I supposed to do now? Fucking twiddle my thumbs, just wait for another miracle? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. That was really good. All the things that I had heard about it, I'm like, yeah, it was that good. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this. I expect the last episode's gonna be fairly long. I didn't want to cut anything there. It just didn't feel right. There wasn't really proper time to like cut off. So I just want to keep going. That's the way it tends to go on some of the finales I do on games when you ever get into that like last bit there. But yeah, I really love that. I would love to play another one as they seem to look like they're doing there. It seems like they're gonna have at least one more, I would assume, from all the stuff they were talking about at the end there. Huh. That was very satisfying. I didn't do everything in the game, but I'm okay with that. I would definitely enjoy playing that again, but like with a whole different build, I think. Because I expect that the world changes quite a lot depending on how you're interacting with it. So yeah, I'm sure I'll end up playing this again at some point. How could you not? How could you not? Just amazing. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. I really loved it. If you enjoyed, then I'm playing stuff all the time. At the moment, oh god, it's like trying to figure out what'll be going at the same time. I think when this airs, it'll either be Amnesia that's been going. I've been playing Amnesia the Bunker, or potentially Call of Duty World at War is the other thing that's going on right now. But yeah, I've got those. I've played a whole bunch of stuff previously. Oh my god. The same guy that voiced Kuno voiced Jean there? That's amazing. Piss faggot. But yeah, anyway, I will leave off here. I hope that you've enjoyed. If you have, come back and see any of the other things I'm doing right now. I will let the credits play. So enjoy, and have a lovely day. Goodbye!